Welcome to the Meditation Realm, Planeswalkers. I'm Caleb, your guide to the Blind Eternities, and in today's video, we have a March of the Machine set booster to open up. Looking forward to cracking this open and seeing what beauties we can get in here. A lot of awesome cards, especially with the Legends cards that you can get, the multiverse. There's a lot of multiverse legends, from Ragavan to... God, why am I blanking on the name? I think it's multiverse legends. A lot of sweet cards in there. This is not a sweet legend, but this is a very sweet art. Again, this is an example of amazing art put onto mediocre cards. I think this is an uncommon card. Looking forward to cracking this open with y'all and seeing what amazing things we can get. Set boosters have a lot of opportunity with great stuff. Also having the list slot. Get some oldies in here. It looks like our first rare here is a mythic. We have Nashi, the Moon Sage's Scion. Nice. A Rat Ninja. Then we got a foil uncommon Stoke the Flames. We got a rare Sunfall. Card's amazing and limited. Ooh, we got a second mythic. We got Shieldred, the newest one, in its showcase form. Heck yeah, that's pretty awesome. Starting off with a double mythic pack. And then we got into our uncommons. And then only a couple commons. Alright, so it goes reverse for this set. I'm used to some of these last ones where the Chinese sets had to go in reverse. It seems to vary from when one set has the rares at the front and the other ones have it at the back. But that's pretty sweet. We get to see it starting off right away, starting off strong. Shieldred and Anashi. Alright. We got our next card here. We got a common and a foil. We got Hidetsugu and Kiari in its showcase frame. Uncommon. And then we have Terror of Tawashi for the rare. And, alright, 2 rares in that pack. Not bad. Foil Borderless Swamp there. The lands in the set look alright. They're kind of cool in that you can see in the sets some of the hidden Phyrexian symbols on some of these planes as they're invading. These lands do tell a lot of lore, especially if you look at some of the dual lands, the common dual lands that gain you life. They tell some stories. Alright, we've got a foil Hanger Scrounger. Ooh, we got another mythic. We have Invasion of New Phyrexia. The irony of New Phyrexia to get invaded by Zhalfir and their knights, and then we get good old Teferi Akosa. I think we finally learned his last name, of Zhalfir. It's kind of an interesting one because he's a Knights Matters Teferi. Where every other Teferi's been kind of control, this one cares really about aggro. It's interesting. Alright, so another mythic. We got Judith in her showcase frame. And we got uncommons. Alright. Not bad. Starting off pretty good so far. Several mythics. 3 mythics starting off into this set boosters. And we're only 3 packs in. That's a pretty good rate here, folks. Let's see if we can keep this up. Oh, that card looks sweet. It's a foil battle. Uncommon, though. We got another Kiari and Hidetsugu. And then our next rare is Ayara, First of Lothwain. This is one of the multiverse legends. Because there's a new one too that's a black-red that can transform. Nice. And then our commons and uncommons here. Starting off pretty good. You know, this set, if you got to play in the pre-release, it's definitely a lot different compared to the last Phyrexia set. It's a lot slower. There's a lot more bombs that can take away the game. It doesn't feel as necessary to have a turn 1 or 2 creature. Alright, we got an Omnath, Locus of All, our first rare in this pack. This is going to be an interesting commander card. Everybody was wondering when we were going to get Omnath in the 5 color. It's kind of interesting that this one cares about mana instead of lands. Unique. I think he's going to be a fun one to try and build around. And then showcase uncommon here. And then we got Brudiclad in a showcase form. Nice. Definitely looks pretty sweet. I like the look of that guy. Kind of reminds me of like some awkward like alien from like a kids movie, kids TV show. Alright, on to the next pack here. I have seen quite a few people get pretty lucky with those Multiverse Legends. My pre-release, we had more than one person open up a Ragavan, which was pretty amazing. I would be quite happy if we would get that lucky, but I doubt it. That was a list card there, a common. We got a Weary Thespian foil common. Fairy Mastermind, this is one of the player cards. It's actually a pretty sweet card if you haven't played it. 2/1 flash flying. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. This card is going to make a lot of waves in Commander, I believe, because it's an easy 2/1 aggro. Opponents are always trying to draw multiple cards, so they're going to draw. And then with its second effect here, or last effect of being able to pay 4 and each player draws a card, you can guarantee on an opponent's turn that they'll draw 2 cards and that you'll get to draw an additional card. So you'll draw 2 as well. Pretty sweet. Ooh, nice. We got an OG Elish Norn in its showcase frame. Nice. So many mythics so far. Heck yeah. That's why we've opened up these boosters, Planeswalkers. There are so many goodies. The Multiverse Legends that they have in here, again, so many good ones. A lot of uncommons, that makes the draft format unique, along with the rares, but some bombs. Some people were opening up that Elish Norn and playing with her in the drafts, the seals this weekend, and it was like, oh, how do you get them back from that? We got a Dusk Legion Duelist. And that was our first one rare pack. Alright. I guess they can't all be Mythic Plus packs, but we'll take as many of those as we can, right, Planeswalkers? Alright. Alright, foil uncommon battle. We have Heliod, the Radiant Dawn, in his showcase frame in that astrology art style. That is pretty sweet. The backside looks pretty sweet as well. I think he's going to be a strong commander to play with as well. We have another rare here, Harobi, Death's Whale. Mixed reviews on playing with this guy in Limited because literally everything kills him that can target, which is kind of a downfall, even though he's supposed to be a 4/4 flyer for 4. So it really kind of depends on what you're looking for. I didn't even risk it because I saw too many people get wiped out. Alright. I think it's one of the few commons worth seeing play. It's one of the better anticipated they've printed in a while. Being able to put one in your hand, one in the graveyard, and one on the bottom definitely feeds into certain strategies. Alright. I don't know how much more standard it's going to need to get for people to start playing it. It just seems to be like the format that's getting the least. Oh, yeah. Talking about a hit right there. We got Showcase Foil Ragavan. Heck yeah, folks. That is a hit right there. It's like I was saying. So many great hits and such a great art style. Oh, that is amazing. Alright. Oh, that's so good. And then we got a rare battle here. The Invasion of Tolvada. It's a pretty sweet card. Being able to reanimate a permanent from your card. And then it cares about tokens on the backside. I think this is going to be a strong card for those black-white token matters. Man, again, so many great hits just already. That Multiverse Legends slot. Oof. And, oh, I'm so happy to get Ragavan. I'm curious to see how much value the serialized ones are. One of my friends at my local card shop here opened up one of the serialized Ragavans and posted it for several $100s. I can't remember what exactly he had listed it for. I remember it being quite a bit, which I could understand. We got one of the rare battles here. Invasion of Ixalan. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Nice. And then the back side is, whenever you cast a spell, it gains indestructible until end of turn. It's a 4/3 trample. That's a pretty sweet card. I think battles are going to be interesting to play with in Commander. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are kind of mediocre. We got a rare here, the Interdisciplinary Mascot. It's unique in having to attack them. It's like a reverse Planeswalker because you're kind of gaining your opponent life in a sense. because you're going to take 5 damage off that card instead of attacking them. But you're going to get some unique effects. I think it's going to be fun trying out certain mechanics with it. Ooh, alright. We got a foil-etched Kahiri, the Orphan Guard, one of the companions. Like the most busted mechanic before that they literally had to nerf. And then we have Apollo Chronos Reborn. And... okay, that's it. Those 2 rares. Okay, still pretty good. Apollo Chronos Reborn did work for me in the limited environment. 4/5 for 3 that you can drop early, and then in the late game being able to transform it into a bigger guy that when it dies you get tokens. It's a pretty good card. I don't know how much play it'll get in Constructed, but definitely worth considering. Alright, we got an Arrington Giada for the rare. One of those legendary team-ups. We got a companion and a showcase frame. Lutri, the Spell Chaser. And that's it. Alright, so that's the draw pack. On to the next pack here. Man, I'm so stoked already with just that Ragavan. It's like everything else from here is just gravy. I mean, that's quite the hit right there. And then we got a Simone and Dina and its showcase frame. That's Strixhaven art style. I do like that art style. That's again, Strixhaven had some amazing art in that. And then we got an uncommon showcase guy, and then okay, on to the uncommons. Speaking of decent uncommons, I really like this guy, Kami of Whispered Hopes. He's one of the creatures that cares more about 1/1/1 counters, +1/+1 counters, and he adds mana of any X of any one color where X is his power, so you can buff him up a bit, extra counters on him, he gets huge. Well, yeah, here's that card to the art of that amazing art that you get to see here in full frame. It's on this 4-drop uncommon that's kind of mediocre. It's okay in the limited environment, but you know, you're not going to play it in Constructed. I don't really think so. Alright. On to the next pack here. So far, we're only about halfway through, but we're doing pretty good. The mythics that we have hit have all been amazing. The Ragavan especially. Alright, what do we have here for our next pack? We have a Bloodfeather Phoenix for a rare. And then our showcase was a Dina Soul Steeper, the uncommon. And then we got next. Alright, we got a list card at the front. This is a uncommon. Toymaker. Foil common. Rare, the Chrome Host Seed Shark. Some fond memories there for some people. And then we got a Captain Lannery Storm for a rare in its showcase. That's pretty interesting. I'm curious to see what more we're going to see from the Ixalan frame going forward. If when we revisit Ixalan, if they're going to choose to reuse that in the next set. Here's another card that cares about them 1/1 counters. Again, green-white. Got some pretty amazing stuff in that regard. But that was kind of what the limited environment was aiming for. Alright, what can we get in our next pack here? Kind of itching for a mythic now. We kind of need to catch up and get one. Come on, mythic. Into the Fire. I think this is a decent card. A decent board wipe that allows you to be able to draw cards because it's going to net that card +1, so you're actually staying neutral instead of going down a card by casting this. I think it's going to see play, at least in the sideboard for some of those, some red decks that care about blowing up the board. Showcases an uncommon. And we got a commander rare here. We have Teferi's Talent. I think these cards are going to be unique and see a lot of play. The fact that they are auras that enchant planeswalkers and give them multiple additional abilities is pretty sweet. And a unique effect. Definitely something the Super Friends are going to have fun playing with. And then we have our next uncommons. Alright. Not bad. Not bad so far. I'm looking forward to being able to get to play with some of the stuff in the Commander decks. We're going to open these up soon, and you will get to see what all the goodies are here on the channel. Our next card here is a Inga Inasika. It's an interesting card. Another blue-green card that I can see doing a lot of work in Commander. One of those easy build-arounds. Ooh, we have a Baral, Chief of Compliance, in his showcase frame. It's not foil, but he does look pretty sweet. He kind of pops out of the art there. That is, oof. I love the Kaladesh art frame. It is so good. That invention frame is amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. About halfway through now. And it's been all fire so far. I mean, if we hit any more amazing mythics, it's just going to be so good. Hey, this is a decent uncommon. Always good to play with. We got I don't know about this being an uncommon worth playing with. Oh, hey, speaking of mythics, we got the new Vorinclex, the one that transforms into a saga on the back. These cards are going to do some work. Like, all of them having that saga on the back and doing extra things is just so strong. And we've got a showcase uncommon here. And then another showcase uncommon. Ooh, a double mythic pack. We have one of the commander cards. This is Sadar Jabari of Zalfir. It's got Eminence, which was a broken ability to begin with. Whenever you attack with one or more Knights of Jabiri of Zafir, is in the command zone or on the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Okay, so whenever you attack with Knights, if he's on the battlefield or in the command zone, you get to draw, so you get to loot, which is pretty good. He's got flying and first strike. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, return target knight creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, first strike, you'll get to return a lord and buff all the other knights that are attacking. I think that's got really good. I could definitely see that seeing a lot of play, especially being a 4-drop and early, pretty easy to get out. Man, again, doing well. Again, these set boosters are the way to go, is what I tell people. You can hit and miss pretty hard with the collector boosters sometimes, but it is hard to miss out on the set boosters because you just get so much good stuff. All right. Ooh, and we got the 5-color invasion, the invasion of Alara. When it enters the battlefield, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile 2 non-land cards with mana value 4 or less. You may cast one of those 2 non-land cards without paying its mana cost. Put one of them into your hand. Then put the other cards exiled this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. Alright, so for 5 mana, you get to cascade essentially into 2 4 or less spells. And then it's got a backside, so you get to cast one of those 2, and then the other one goes to your hand. So you're only cascading one of them and actually playing it. And the backside is Awaken the Maelstrom. Awaken the Maelstrom is all colors. Target player draws 2 cards. You may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. Create a token that's a copy of a permanent you control. Distribute 3 1/1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures you control. Destroy target permanent opponent controls. Well, I mean, that's definitely a lot of effects for 5 mana. But I mean, 5 mana and 7 to flip it. 7 damage. I mean, this is going to be sick play. Again, I'm curious to see how the battles are going to play out in the commander environment. I don't see them seeing too much play in constructed, except for a handful. Most of them probably aren't going to see much constructed play. And alright, so that's all the rares in that one. Alright, on to the next pack here. I'm curious to see how battles are going to play overall. They're very interesting. It's brand new card type, which is a new mechanic to evaluate in general. It's always something that's hard to do right off the bat. We have Complete the Circuit for the rare here. And then we have a Showcase Uncommon. And then another common. Alright. Only one rare in that pack. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes these have one rare. I believe you can get up to 4 rares in the set boosters. I can't think of a time that I've actually opened it. If I have, I can't recall. Our first rare here is a Yara, Widow of the Realm. This is the one I was telling you about that could flip. And it has a backside. That's what she said. Boom. Strong card. Definitely does work in the limited environment. And I think it's going to be a decent commander to play with. We have one of the companions in their showcase frame. We have Zerda, the Dawnmaker. And, alright, so that's up 2 rares for that pack. Ooh, we got a nice foil mountain in the borderless. The lands aren't quite as pretty as the last ones, but again, you can just see the the Phyrexian eye kind of coming out on the landscape on some of these plains, letting you know the invasion's coming. The inhabitants of the plains can see their demise. But then there's going to be like 3 or 5 Deus Ex Machinas, and then everybody's going to be saved. We have a Deeproot Wayfinder. This card is actually incredibly strong. It's essentially a mana ramp card that gets you card advantage. You know, the Surveil 1 is pretty huge. You're able to fill graveyard, which is important. And being able to return a land from your graveyard to the battlefield, even though it's coming into play tapped, just being able to get that mana ramp in is huge off a 2/3 2-body. I think it's going to see a lot of play. We have another rare here, Umori, the Collector, as in the showcase frame. This is a fun guy to play with. I've played him as a companion before in Commander. And he's quite a lot of fun. I think one of the companions, he's one of the more fun ones to build around, because you do have to really commit to a card type. And, in my case, I went all creatures. It was one of the only times I've ever forgone Soul Ring in a deck. Alright. And our rare in this pack is Drana and Linvala. Amazing card, actually. Quite strong in the limited environment. I think it's going to be one of the better tax commanders. The fact that it nerfs all of your opponent's abilities, creatures, and gets them itself, so it can be a mana dork that does things, really strong. Amazing creature. I can see this just seeing a lot of play in the 99 of the black-white decks as well. And they are only rare for that pack. We're down to the last 6 packs here, Planeswalker. Oh, wait, maybe 7? 7 packs. Down to the last 7 packs. Let's see how many more mythics we can get. Thus far, every mythic we have hit has been pretty balmy. We definitely could use a few more. Quintorius Lore Master. I thought he was going to become a Planeswalker with how the lore went, but maybe he's just getting a step up. That's our rare here. And we got a Showcase Uncommon. And then we got one of the Commander rares, Elspeth's Talent, one of those Enchanted Aura Planeswalkers. Again, I think these are going to see a lot of play. A lot of those Super Friends decks are going to want to be able to do more stuff. And that definitely lets your Planeswalkers do more stuff. And they're all unique effects. Very unique effects, too. I mean, it's basically somewhat copying the effects of other versions of the Planeswalkers, and then giving some other static effects. Ooh, we got another mythic hit that's pretty good. We got Sword of War and Peace. This is an amazing card to play with in Commander and Constructed as well. All the swords are amazing. You know, protection from red and white is huge, especially in like Modern. Besides black, those are the 2 most common removals colors. Man, just great hits. Ooh, and we got back-to-back mythics. We got Niv Mizzet Reborn in his showcase foil frame. Nice, nice. That definitely looks pretty sweet. He's one of those cards that definitely sees a lot of Commander play as a Commander. Sometimes in the 99. And whoa! We got a triple mythic pack. 2 swords in the pack. We got 2 swords in that pack there. We got Sword of Once and Future. And then we got Sword of War and Peace. Oh, like, wow. Just wow. We got a triple mythic pack here, folks. That is about as good as you can ask for. Wow. I mean, again, we have been done so well with these set boosters that, oof, man, that list slot and then the Multiverse Legend slot and then just the rare slot for the set. Woo! All right. Everything is just so much gravy now going forward. Like every other rare and mythic, it's going to be so amazing to get. This is actually a really strong card. For Commander, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card if its power is 3 or greater. Otherwise, put 2 1/1 counters on it. So creatures that have 1 or 2 power are going to come in and get 2 counters on it. Everything else is going to draw you a card. This card is amazing. Absolutely amazing for those green Commander decks. How much play it'll see in Constructed, we'll see. Triple green might see Devotion play. Not sure, but it is definitely a really strong card. Absolutely worth playing. All right, and it's our only rare in that pack. I guess it's kind of hard to go back to back when you just had a triple mythic pack. You know, I guess they can't have us, you know, maybe next. I was so hoping that that mythic pack was going to have one more and have the quad pack be 4 mythic rares. All right, we got a collector oof. This is our rare from the list slot. And then we got a foil common and a bloated processor. And then, ooh, we got another rare. So we got 3 rares in this pack. We got SRAM, the senior edificer. He's in the showcase frame from Kaladesh. I really like that art frame. Again, the Kaladesh art frame was really cool. Man, that's 3. I think that's the 3rd 3 rare pack that we've opened. At least 2. We're down to the last 3 rares Planeswalkers, or 3 packs Planeswalkers. Thank you for joining me. Always glad to have you here. Woo! Nice. We got a mythic here. We got Dragon Lord Ojitai in the list slot. This card was a lot of fun in the constructed environment. I remember playing with him, and he's an interesting commander. I've seen a lot of people played in the 99 of Dragon decks just because he's a decent 5-4 for 5 and can have some card advantage. He's kind of hard to deal with. And then we got a foil common. We got a rare, an Ancient Imperial Sword. This guy is a house in the limited environment. Quite often, he's coming into play as a 10-10 or a 12-12 with trample. He's coming out early. This guy does work. Absolutely does work. And then, alright, so that's it. Those are 2 rares for that pack. We got a mythic and a rare. That's pretty good. I mean, again, we have had so many amazing hits in this this set bundle so far, set booster. There is no question that the value has been made. Woo! Speaking of value, we got a showcase foil Brawl of Compliance. Oh man, that is just beautiful. I know it's almost hard to tell compared to like the normal one, but you can see the foiling. You pay attention to the edges over here, and especially over here, it's like, oh, that is just wonderful. All right. So many amazing hits here, folks. We got Invasion of Ikoria, one of the rare battles. I think this is going to be the one of the ones that see some play. This might see play in the Green Devotion deck in Pioneer or Modern. Whenever Invasion of Ikoria enters a battlefield, search your library for and/or graveyard for a non-human creature with mana value X or less and put into the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle. So you can reanimate your creatures that have already died or search your library for a creature that's not already in play. And then on the back side, you have an 8/8 dinosaur with reach. For each non-human creature you control, you may have that creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. So it just allows you to be able to get through chump blockers. They just don't matter. I think it's going to see play. Definitely worth considering. And we got a showcase uncommon here, but again, that Kaladesh frame is really sweet. And we got another 3rd rare pack. We got Obosh, the Prey Piercer, in its showcase frame. That does look pretty sweet. Oh, wait, we got a 4 rare pack. Yeah, we hit one of the mythic 4 rare packs, folks. All right, we got Surok and Goreclaw. Trample. Other creatures you control have trample. Whenever another non-token enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn. Nice. Heck yeah. So yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 rares. 4 rares in that pack. We hit it. I can't remember thinking of the last time that we hit a 4 rare pack, but we hit one. Man, again, so much good luck in this booster. Oh, let's see what the last one can hold out for us. It's been a ride. It has been amazing. Let's see what we can finish out with here. Our last pack has a foil common. He replied. And then a showcase uncommon. Hey, we got a mythic. This is from the commander. We got Moira and Teshar. Flying, whenever you cast a historic spell, return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile at the beginning of the next end step. If it would leave the battlefield, exile instead of putting it anywhere else. This could definitely seem like an easy combo card potential with like an artifact heavy deck. That's pretty strong. Man, we had some amazing hits in here, my friends. So many amazing pulls, Planeswalkers. I mean, our rare pile is thick. And then how many mythics did we pull here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We pulled a dozen mythics, 2 predators, and 2 swords, and a showcase foil. Oh my goodness, amazing looking Ragavan. Just like, so amazing. I'm so pleased to be able to open up these set boosters. So pleased to be able to have you join me here, Planeswalkers. Again, if you have not done so already, happy to have you here. But if you want to like, share, and subscribe, it always does the channel a good. I'm looking forward to seeing you here on the next few videos.